In the news tonight, pressure mounts on the president to dismiss his local government minister.
Mr. President, you are watching. Do the right thing.
And father stabbed to death by his mentally ill son. Guyanese continue to up the pressure on President Afan Ali to send his local government and regional development minister, Nigel Darmalal, packing over allegations of rape leveled against him by a 16-year-old girl. Today, the demonstration moved to the office of the president, where scores of persons gathered to voice their concerns. Former Minister Simona Brooms believes that Minister Darmalal should be investigated for human trafficking.
And the evidence is there where this girl was lured from one region into another. From region 2 here, but more so into a government compound. The Chilibar, where judges live, where ministers of government live. And so the girl felt safe. So I believe that this investigation should not fall short of human trafficking. And in fact, when I go through the statement, peruse her statement and the 2005 Act, I'm going to make a strong call. But even at this time, I'm asking the U.S. Embassy, the DPP, because we sat down on round table on human trafficking. Control is one of the biggest things that you look for when you're looking for the evidence of human trafficking. You look for control, somebody in power, somebody of authority using state funds to lure her. How she get from there to Georgetown on the pretense.
She is of the belief that with the statements coming out against the minister, there is sufficient evidence for the police to commence an investigation.
For us to call for the police to investigate for human trafficking. And human trafficking is not a cease investigation. We have trained personnel at CID to peruse this at the level of the DPP chambers. The DPP, I'm calling upon her because I'm going to go to point out that this investigation, the Minister Darmalal, based on the allegation, should be investigated for human trafficking.
Bernice Walcott said Guyanese should demand accountability, while Laureline Nestor described the allegations as shameful. Also speaking was Vanessa Kisoon, who said that reading the letter, allegedly written by the 16-year-old, brought tears to her eyes, while opposition member of parliament Annette Ferguson said more has to be done to protect women and girls locally.
Wherever there is smoke, there is usually fire. And therefore we should demand accountability to a government minister who is being accused by a 16-year-old teenager from the hinterland of being raped, sodomized, her virginity taken away from her, tarnished forever, unless the Lord touch her and heal her.
This is not easy. In any other country, the minister would have resigned immediately. But we have to wait months before the child put this stuff out there. It is shameful. As a citizen of this country, I am ashamed that something like this happened, and the government seem to be where the minister, they should be out here protesting, where the female ministers, where the men in government, they should be out here protesting. It is nasty, it is cruel, and it's a disgrace to this country.
Our hurt, our anger, and we as mothers, as women, we are passionate because we have daughters and we have sons. And that young woman is crying for help. She's crying for justice. And she called on no less of a person than the president. Mr. President, you are watching. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
As a legislator, I am concerned about the rights of women and women's welfare in this country. And I'm calling on all and sundry.
Demonstrators said there will be no letting up on their calls for an independent probe into the sexual assault allegations made by the teenager against the government minister.
Real and taste, you will never decline. Extra lemon and lime, it's the two combined. It's one of a kind. Extra lemon and lime, extra lemon and lime. Taste the citrus in every sip.
Team Extra and the one-man bands present the band's birthday. Celebrating 30 years of one-man band in Guyana. 10 of the best one-man bands all across Guyana and New York for one night, one stage on Saturday the 24th of June 2023 at the National Park. Side attraction, Granny performs live. Dancing competition, walls 30,000. Dance hall 30,000. The oldest couple at the party wins $30,000. Early bird $1,500. Wow, stocks last. Ticket location, White Castle Fish Shop, Just Your Size Boutique, Orange Walk, Fireside Grill, Highway Cafe, Suicide Junction, and Extra Beer, Stabic Market location. Compliments of Fireside Grill and Chill and Extra Beer. The band's birthday.
This is Anshul. I'm the manager over here at Brooklyn Institute of Vocational Training. We provide home health aid training here. For that, we have flexible classes, which includes morning, evening, and the weekend class. You can choose any class, whichever is convenient for you. Also, this career is now at the peak. This career pay rate increases from 1909 till up to 2109 now. I speak different languages, which includes Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu, Bangla, and our certificate is recognized all over the New York because we are licensed from Board of Education. Once you graduated from our school, you can work with any agency anywhere in New York. Our address is 110-05 Liberty Avenue, Queens. Guys, I know the name is Brooklyn Institute, but we are located in Queens. I repeat the address, 110-05 Liberty Avenue, Queens. 11419 is our zip code, and my number is 929-386-0092. If you have any questions, you can always call me, and I will be happy to answer all your questions. Don't forget to check our website, www.mybrooklyninstitute.com. Come join our school and get home health aid certificate, as we like to believe changing lives one student at a time.
A fireman was stabbed to death by his son on Sunday. That is Ion Hernandez. There are reports that the 47-year-old man from 509 Seafield Sapphire would normally be abused by his 20-year-old son, who is reportedly suffering from schizophrenia. His wife, Ellen Yanis, speaking through an interpreter, said that her husband was stabbed in his thigh.
So Kashi, he had like mental illness. So the father used to carry him to the hospital, and then he like gets normal and they stop carrying him to the hospital. So yeah.
Irma Williams, a neighbor, said the deceased took his son to the psychiatric ward for medication, but then he had a relapse.
What occurred to cause the stabbing to happen or so? But it's so sad because he was a very good neighbor and he helped to me. His wife is a very, very good, and she's a bit Spanish. She cannot speak English fluently. So you all have to see with her. At this time she must be very, So that's why I'm here to comfort her. Very good neighbor. No bad. I know that before he died and so on, his father told me that he used to take him to the hospital to see Dr. Harvey to take him medication and so. But like they used, like if they go to there or so, they will give him a date when to go back for the other thing or so on. But I don't know when was the other one, or she will say.
The police are reporting that their initial investigations have revealed that the father and son had an argument over food when the son armed himself with a knife and dealt the victim a stab to the back of his left thigh. The police investigations are ongoing into the matter. Retired Assistant Commissioner of Police Paul Slow on the picket line demanding that a proper investigation be conducted into the rape allegations made by a 16-year-old girl against Government Minister Nigel Darmlal said he finds it inappropriate that a regional divisional commander would have allegedly affixed his signature to a document where the teenager allegedly recanted the allegations.
It is very unusual and perhaps even criminal, because I was doing the research for the program that you will tomorrow, and based on the law, he might have been guilty of perverting the courts of justice, because here it is, he is taking a statement from the victim, and the circumstances on which this statement has been taken by a male commander of the division with no female rank present. I think the things say that it was taken in the presence of her mother and her father. But under the Sexual Offences Act and the way police are taught to investigate these matters now, a female should have been the one, if a statement was to be given, a female of appropriate rank and experience and knowledge should have been the one to take the statement.
So said he's disappointed in the commander, but he's not surprised.
Well, I don't know, but even if he was mandated, you remember, there is a concept that you cannot be compelled to carry out an illegal act. And he is a superintendent, he is the commander of the division, and one would expect that he would know that if he is told to do so, that it is wrong. It is, as I said, it is illegal, and you cannot be compelled to carry out an illegal act. That is well established.
On Monday, Minister Darmlal was arrested, charged, and released on $1 million bail. This was after he turned himself into the police at the Brigdam Police Station following the launching of an investigation into the rape allegations made by the 16-year-old girl.
Running late and can't wait to the gate? We got you. The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited has introduced a fast and easier way to make payments to your accounts through the GT&T mobile money services. Here's how. Click on the MMG app. Under Services, select Pay Bills. When you are there, look for the Financial Institution option. Once that is done, select Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited to pay your loan or make payments to your savings. Payments to the credit union made easier. GPS CCU, the credit union you can bank on.
Extra presents Creek Swag 2023 live on stage from Trinidad and Tobago. Lady Lava.
Yeah, we don't know it's Lady Lava, Queen of the Freak, and I will be live in Guyana on the 2nd of July. Aziza, Kusta, Linden Highway, I'll come out and represent.
Lady Lava.
You have a girl well I like him more. You have a girl well I like him more.
Granny.
No more swag, snap this. Don't let me give you some bumper.
Granny.
Miss Creepy. Miss Creepy. Miss Creepy. Miss Creepy.
On Sunday, July 2nd
At Aziza Kuza Creek.
Early bird tickets $1,500 while stocks last. Ticket location: White Castle Fish Shop, Just Your Size Boutique, Orange Walk, Fireside Grill, Highway Cafe, Suicide Junction,
At Extra Beer Stabic Market location.
compliments of Fireside Grill and extra energy drink.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for wash your soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
The opposition is continuing its protest of the Guyana Elections Commission as it continues to demand a clean voters list. On the picket line today, opposition leader Aubrey Norton said GCOM has to change.
Let's say we're going in the elections under protest, and at the minute the elections are over, we will continue to take action against them. GCOM has to change. GCOM cannot deliver credible elections, and so we'll continue.
Norton spoke of the issue in Platanco in Region 6 at the just concluded local government elections, which has raised some concerns.
The situation in Platanco where we beat them by 5 votes, and now they turn around to say 5 vote tender ballots and forcing the PO to agree. That kind of thing is unacceptable. In addition to which, throughout this process, the police was in collusion with GCOM to do all kinds of nonsense. So you have now added to a bloated voters list. You have falsification of documents leading up to the election, because many people established that their signatures were forged. You had using of 10-day workers, pressuring them to wear red jersey. You had them putting thousands of dollars in a red jersey and giving it to people. So what the PPP and Jack Dale have done is to corrupt the entire electoral process. So it's not only now a case of a clean voters list, it's a case of the inability of GCOM and the PPP to deliver credible elections.
In addition, the opposition leader is also calling for the chairman of GCOM, retired Justice Claudette Singh, to go. Meanwhile, the Guyana Elections Commission in a press statement today said there were ties in 2 constituencies in the first past the post to elect the constituency representatives. However, they will be decided by the drawing of lots in the presence of a magistrate in the New Amsterdam Magistrates Court on Thursday at 14 hours. The areas where the ties reportedly occurred are Platanka Constituency 4 and Seafield Tempe. For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.